Hey, I'm Moran with Precurrents. Well, brown is the new green. We've all got to save water these days, and that goes for the city of Walnut Creek, too. Let's find out what the city's doing to help, and we'll have some tips for you, too. I'm here with Heather Ballenger. She's the Public Works Director for the city of Walnut Creek. Heather, it's a beautiful day and not a drop.
No rain.
No, it's probably not going to be raining for quite a while, right?
Right.
Can you tell me what the city's doing to help?
Yes, we're in a severe drought. This is about a third year of our drought. Well, the whole area is in the third year of drought. City Council about a month ago adopted a drought plan, and we're working towards certain measures to reduce our water reduction. The governor, for the first time ever, has a mandated reduction of 25% for all potable water statewide. And we here in Walnut Creek have two water districts, Contra Costa Water District and East Bay Mud, and they both have said that we will meet that mandate. They have also required that we have a 40% reduction in all of our outdoor irrigation water.
So people who live in Walnut Creek and the surrounding areas have to cut their reduction, but the city does.
Yes.
As
right,
well.
Right.
And there's plenty of stuff you can do.
Right. So the city has obviously lots of facilities. We're standing in front of one, City Hall. We have ball fields, we have fountains, we have all kinds of things that take potable water. So we're in that same requirement that the governor set, that we have to reduce our water consumption. So we also have to only water all of our outdoor irrigation twice a week. That's another mandate that the governor set. He has mandated that we turn off all turf in median islands and at sidewalks, so we're doing that. So we're in front of City Hall, and there's a lot of pretty flowers around here. Right.
And people walking by might think that somebody's out here every day watering.
Right.
It's not the case.
Right.
Right? Tell me about that.
Well, we're using recycled water from Central Sanitary District. We outrigged our truck and had training for our employees so that they could go pick up the water and then water the flower beds. We also put signs up. A big part of our drought plan is education. We want the community to know when we're using potable water and when we're not. We sent out letters also to some of our users and other folks that they are under that same mandate that we're under.
Can you tell me about the fountains?
Yeah, the fountains were a debate. We have 4 fountains here in the downtown, and fountains are allowed through the mandate from the water districts, but they have to be recirculating. So all of our fountains are recirculating. We couldn't use the recycled water because fountains have standing water in them, and so the recycled water is not allowed to be used. So we have to use potable water. But our fountains down here in the Walnut Creek area are art. So you might know, you've probably done a story on the fountainhead.
Oh, we know about the fountainhead.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And so they are art, and we were really concerned that if we didn't have the water in the fountains, that we would have graffiti or vandalism, and so we decided to keep the fountains on. Most of the water consumption is in your outdoor irrigation, and so that's where the city focused also. We took out 20% of our turf. We have 80 acres of turf, and so we were very deliberate on which turf we took out of commission, and we're not going to water it at all.
Right.
And that's areas that are just ornamental or for looks.
Right.
But we're keeping our soccer fields, we're keeping our baseball fields, we're keeping our passive areas where people lay and read a book.
Sure.
Yeah.
Saving water really is a community-based effort.
It is.
What happens if somebody has somebody in the neighborhood who's not following the guidelines,
Right.
so to speak?
Right.
What can they do?
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of that actually, because people sometimes don't realize that the city is really not in control of that. That's our 2 water districts. They have a full staff that they've brought on to deal with the drought, and so it'd be best to contact them if your neighbor's doing something, and they'll go out and respond. They're being very proactive. However, if it's something in one of our facilities and one of our citizens sees it, please call us. You know, in our parks or in one of our facilities, we want to know, because our citizens are our eyes and ears.
I'm here with Mike Vickers. He's the Public Works Manager for the city of Walnut Creek, and we're going to talk about a lot of things that the city's doing to kind of help keep the grass green, so to speak, right? What are some of the things that you're working on?
Well, it's interesting. We knew the drought was coming 4 or 5 years ago from the industry. I used to be a golf course superintendent, and so we've been planning for this, as many people in the industry have. And so 3 or 4 years ago, we started changing out the older irrigation heads, nozzles, valves, and started bringing in the new technology, which includes weather-based clocks, where the clocks get up to the minute weather data from sensors around the area, telling us how much moisture to put back into the soil, how much we're losing, how much wind, that type of thing.
Wow.
So technology's come a long ways. We're using new products out on our soil and our turf that are now pulling the precipitation out of the air and into the soil so we can use less water.
That's really impressive. We were remarking that this field is incredibly green. It's a lot more green than my lawn looks. Maybe I should take a page from the city of Walnut Creek and what you guys are doing. Do you think that we're in a good spot, you know, to keep at least some of the grass being green and so forth?
We're in a better spot if we hadn't done anything at all.
Right.
We're really concerned about this year and what next year is going to bring for us. But you know, just dealing with what we have today, we've taken some pretty drastic approaches in order to make the mandates. We have a total of 80 maintained acres here in the city, and we've turned the water off to 17 of them, which is just over 20%. I mean, completely turned the water off. The other areas that we irrigate, the other turf areas, we're only allowed to irrigate twice a week. So we've had to get creative, not only with our new weather-based clocks, but with our timing. So we're not running 15 minutes at one time, so we might lose 2 or 3 minutes through the evaporation. We might run 3 or 4 5-minute stations at night, give time for the water to soak in. And these are things that we've been training the staff on for the last couple of years. We have an internal goal to reduce our water output by 20% by year 2020. Whether the drought was coming or not, this was the approach we were headed down. This just made us step up our game a little bit more.
Yep.
You know, homeowners are notorious for over-irrigating by 25% throughout the state. It's a statistic that you can see in many websites. Myself, I've taken my lawn out and started going towards the natives. Not everybody wants to do that. Some people have dogs, they've got their dogs running around, their kids playing in the front yard. The websites, both Contra Costa Water and East Bay Mud, have some terrific information, including the technology improvements that we're making here. You can find all that information online. They have hotlines that you can call and ask questions. They will actually come out to your house and work with you on rebates. So the programs and the drive that the water districts are putting into this crisis we're in is exceptional, and the homeowners should be taking advantage of it.
Thanks, Mike. I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you very much.